today's session is today as in two sessions we have covered one domain of CompTIA Security Plus. Today is the third domain of CompTIA Security Plus, where we'll be discussing about threats only, like what are the threat actors and where there are three parts in this domain, which covers threats, vulnerabilities, and mitigations. So we'll be discussing all these things next. Okay, we'll be also after completion of this, we'll be we'll be setting up our labs so that you can also do. From now you'll be building slowly like what we'll be doing in real time. Okay, so first we need to understand like what is threat in cyber security. Okay, threat could be an event, or it could be an action, or an activity which negatively impacts an organization, where a hacker can exploit a vulnerability. Generally, vulnerability is a loophole within an application or within an network environment. Okay, then threat represent one second, okay, threat represents a potential danger. Means like it is a potential risk where it will be affecting your it could be your reputation, or it could be your data, where security professionals must identify the assets, then mitigations to protect an organization, and assets to maintain the operational continuity. Okay, so like it is a continuous process where threats attackers will be attacking, and as a security professional will be mitigating and remediating all those threats. Okay, main like the characteristics in the sense like motive, like what could be the motive of an attacker. So intent, what is the source, what is the target, what is impact. Okay, so intent could be like can be accidental, or it could be intentional in nature. So there are two possibilities of an attack, where attacker or a hacker like who have bad intentions, he may accidentally come into your network, or he may pop up into your network, or there could be a malicious intention, where he have some grudges on you or with your organization, so he wantedly try to exploit those vulnerabilities and want to exploit your application in order to damage your reputation and make you losses. Okay, then source, many origins many origins intentionally, from employees or externally from hackers. Like as we discussed, like it could be an intentionally from employee, in the sense employee who is working in organization may have an intention like to hack, or it could be a external hacker. Okay, then target, what could be the target? It could be your network, it could be your website, it could be your server, or it could be your application, or it could be everything which is present online. Okay, it could be your social profile, or it could be your account, it could be your email. Okay, so here we mentioned like it could be network or application or people. And impact, what would be the impact? Like whenever a hacker do something, like he do hacking, like where he try to steal your data, what would be the impact at last? your company or your an organization will have financial losses. Reputation damage will also done as the data there could be a data breach, like if your company holds a huge amount of data, huge amount of public data or private data, or it could be system down. Like financial loss in the sense, it will be where fintech companies will be dealing with all your insurance money all. And reputation in the sense, like if an organization is running any personal brand where they'll be maintaining profiles of huge celebrities and all, where reputation may also damage, like if some personals got leaked from their brand. Okay, then data breach in a sense, like if, like your organization is hosting a cloud server, like hosting a server, or they may have cloud storage where an attacker attacks on this and he steals your data, and he publicly releases all those on dark web, or he may encrypt the data. Okay, then system down. What an attacker generally he'll do some DDoS attack where he send multiple what we call multiple request from to slow down your network. Okay, then cyber threat. Then what actually, like in cyber security, the threat or what actually it poses. So there will be malware files, ransomware file. Malware file in the sense, it will affect your computer and it will try to destroy your computer. Okay, like it will shut down your computer, and whenever you try to open it will again shut down, like it will corrupt everything in your computer. Okay, in your endpoint. Then ransomware. What is ransomware? Like what attacker, if he is an attacker, he'll illegally he'll when you download some pirated software, he'll have some scripts written in that software which will encrypt your data. Okay, encrypt your data in the sense your data get locked, or your application or your laptop will get locked. So then hacker will have some information of his to contact, and he'll have some wallet number, so that if you pay me, then only I'll decrypt this, then only you can access your what we call your information. Okay, so there will be phishing attack. Phishing attack will be generally via emails only, because organization will be using organizations are using emails. That's the reason phishing will be occur on emails only. That like he may tempt you regarding what we call, he'll show you some offers, or he'll say like if you click this you'll be getting this much reward, and it will be credited to your wallet. And okay, generally like we threats will be like malware, or it could be okay, or it could be phishing. Okay, we'll understand like what is malware, what is ransomware, what is phishing. Malware, as I said, it is a malicious software. Okay, and ransomware in the sense like an attacker, what he'll do, he'll encrypt your data and bribes you, or ask, or demands you money. It could be in any form. Okay, what happened? Whenever it could be accidental or it could be intentional. Like what? Like you have downloaded a software or a game, pirated game, something. Then when you download it, will be in zip file. Okay, when you extract it, it will like it will deploy multiple folders where you will be having an actual file, as well as a script would be written by hacker, which will contain which contains a malicious script which will decrypt, like which will lock all your data. Where he on then what happens, like indicators would be your laptop screen would be like hacked, you call me or contact me, and there will be his email address or phone number could be there, or it will be redirected to another website. Then only we can, like if we pay, there are two possibilities here. Like if we pay money, then he may release or he may give that encryption key so that we can add that and submit it so that we can get data, or else it would be he'll delete. Like it is on him that whether he want to release data or not. So then what is phishing? Phishing generally would be when you, like it will be an email where he'll be targeting him a target CEO, CTO, or an employee, or HR, like, or finance person. He could target anyone, so that what he'll do, he'll write you an email, very good email, with subject line would be how you would identify whether it is an phishing mail. There could be an urgency could be there, or they could be an false information, or it would have like what we call, there would be an gift voucher kind of emails, or surprise kind of, like generally these will be the subject lines of, like it could be so and so, like urgency and so, false info so and so. That's the reason whenever, before, there's a saying like, before click, you need to think for a while, like whether should I click on this or should I not. What happens whenever you click on that email or you read that email, there could be some hidden links in that, where if you click on that, it will redirect you to a malicious website, which will release a malware, or which could release a ransomware script where it will encrypt everything. Okay, basically these things are. So we discussed this, and here human threat. What could be an human threat in an organization? Insider misuser. Like if I am working in an organization, if I found something tempting, I may feel like if I leak this information, I could get some monetary reward from anyone. That is an insider threat. Like an employee from that organization or is trying to disrupt that organization so that he could get some monetary reward, or he may have some grudges over an organization. Then social engineering. What is social engineering? Where attacker will go through your profiles which are online, he'll search about you, he'll gather. First step of hacking would be a social engineering only, where he'll gather info, like what you do, what why you do, where you stay, like all W's he'll be finding out. And there could be a credential compromise where we keep like if my email is abc@domain.com, where I may keep password as ABCD and all. It is a generic password where anyone can get into it. That is the reason where credential get compromised. Okay, what is physical threat? Like natural disaster, theft of device, unauthorized access. Okay, natural disaster in the sense there could be a flood, or there could be a tsunami, there could be a cyclone, or there could be a earthquake where your data or your devices will get into trouble and they destroy, the data has been destroyed. Okay, that's the reason we need to have disaster management and redundancy over our data. And theft of device, like if someone steals your device, then he'll have access to the all the info, like all information about you. Okay, then unauthorized access in the sense like he may have like you are not aware that this person is accessing your Gmail or your Spotify account or your Netflix account, or it could be your drive, Google Drive, or it could be anything where someone would have an access of you without you knowing. Okay, then what are technical threats? Like as we discussed, like weak password, system misconfiguration, and unpatched vulnerabilities. Like system what is misconfiguration? Like whenever it could be appear in what we call in development. Basically, like in development only, system misconfiguration or unpatched will also happen, like where the versions are not up to date. Like whenever there is an update from any application, you need to update all those things. There could be some security patches, like when you have phone also, like it will redirect us. So like when you buy an phone, they'll say like 5 years of security updates will give, means only up to 5 years they guarantee you this device won't hack, like they'll be sending all the security patches. But after that, it's your concern that if someone hack into your device or something happens, it will be on you. But within 5 years, if anything happened, like any data got deleted or something, company will be responsible for that. Okay, then as we have already discussed a real-time example, what phishing email contains malicious links, common threat aiming to steal credential or gain unauthorized access. Generally that's what the the motive of an hacker will be there. Okay, next would be as we discussed, this will be in detailed for you. It will be in detailed. Will you can go all through this. Like as we have already discussed, financial gain, reputation, and political ideology, where what we call all the the politics issues, and they try to manipulate people mindset where it get disrupted between public and political parties. Okay, and revenge would be like if someone have any grudges on you, they want to make you down in your organizations, or they don't like seeing success, they'll try to do all these things. Okay, at last what could be the extent of this? Means like it could be a curiosity where someone wants everything, like he may have like, can I get into this, can I access all these things? They may have these kind of things. Okay, next attributes like what will be attributes of threat actor. Threat actor is differ what we call capabilities, resource, and operational approaches, like how he is trying to approach all these things. Okay, and it could be skill level where it could be skill level where unskilled script kid is like someone is directly going to Google or any AI tool. It could be Chat GPT, Gawk AI, or it could be a what we call Gemini. There are many AI tools where he may write down, can you, like he may write a prompt in the sense he'll write some words in double quotation and he'll trick an AI to that will give him a script. He'll inject, he'll try to send someone and he'll try to act. Here, like he won't have an actual knowledge what is happening and why it is happening. He'll just have AI or he'll blindly do all the things like without even knowing what would be the concerns and what would be the pain point of everyone. He just like wantedly he'll be doing. And one more thing, or skilled nations where you may know that Russia may will have it internal hacking team or group of hackers where they'll hack other countries and they'll try to steal information. Okay, shades group developing custom exploits, the zero-day attack. What is zero-day attack? When you enter an cybersecurity industry, every day or some or the other day you listen this thing, you need to research about it. What is zero-day attack? Okay, zero-day attack in the sense they could be a vulnerability vulnerability in application or in network device where some group of hackers, or it could be ethical hacker, someone could be there where they explain to public that this is an loophole, we discovered it. Like for the first time, whenever a loophole has been discovered by group of people, that this is an problem or issue in your application where I can get access to it. Okay, that is the term where we use zero-day attack. Or it could be for the first time in, oh, then what could be a resource? Okay, available funding tools and infrastructure vary dramatically nation to nation and command massive. Okay, script kiddies or rely on free or public availability. This means like a hacker or an attacker or a learner where he'll be using all free and public available tools, like where he may find something interesting to do. And but organizations will have all paid versions generally. And motivation in the sense like driving factors including financial profit, political objective. These all things are like all we have already discussed, like what is the what would be the behind, what would the motivation behind that the hacker or the person want to hack into your system. Okay, what is persistence? Then attacker during various opportunities, what he does, like he'll inject, like when he tries to do phishing attack, he'll inject some malicious code and he'll stay within your system, like that code or that log event will be staying in your computer and sending info to that hacker where he'll be observing for months, it could be for years also. he'll be slowly observing each and every step of you, like what you are doing, what you are accessing, and what are your things. Okay. And access level, like it could be an external attacker with no system access and dangerous internal threat. Like an hacker with no system access, he'll try his level best, but if there is an any insider or internal threat, he'll have everything with him. Like he'll have company details, company client details, and he may have contact details. He may, like he'll be associated with each and everything, where based on the access level also threat actor will be different. Okay. Techniques, like what techniques an hacker uses, like it could be a social engineering or manipulation, or it could be a interesting, or he may give you like if you give me $10, I'll be giving you $100, or it is a kind of lottery, or your money will be increasing, like crypto scam and all. Everything is happening nowadays. And zero-day exploitation, as we said, like zero-day attack in the sense, for the first time when attack has happened. Exploitation in the sense where attack has been discovered, like discovery of that loophole will be happening. And physical intrusion capabilities, like excuse me, like physical intrusion capabilities in the sense the hacker or the bad person or insider threat is get like physically he is coming into your organizations, and he is noting everything, like terrorist and all. What happened, like they'll be present, they'll be physically present, where they'll try to note all each and everything. And government, like as we have already discussed, like government sponsored hackers, where there is so we'll take this example where Fancy Beer or APT28, which is a well-known hacker group which is associated with Russian military agency, where they attack other governments as well as political worldwide. Like they'll do attacks on like every country, they'll be doing attacks so that they can get some information what is happening there, what is new there. They'll all searching for that, because nowadays they, there are physical wars, but generally cyber war is being prioritized by organizations, governments, and everyone, because nowadays information is having value and money. Data is everything nowadays. Okay. Because of this only, we as cybersecurity professional are hired a lot, and we do have huge opportunities. So where characteristics, what would be like high trained cybersecurity professional with extensive expertise, where like like us, like we'll be working for an organization only, so that that organization would not get hacked, or its clients would not get hacked. Okay. And zero-day vulnerabilities, as we discussed, like it is a first time vulnerability and loophole in an application. Okay. Then operate with political immunity and state protectivity. Okay. And what would be the primary goals, like it would be an intelligence gathering around another nation and disrupt critical enemy infrastructure, or it could be economically and technology theft, like if there is any new technology or new app or new, what we call new weapon, it could be anything which is new, and which is very sensitive to that nation. If some other nation got hacked into that, they'll leak each and everything, like how prepared is this country than us, they'll have an idea. That's the reason. And government associate hackers are more nowadays. Okay, long term surveillance operations in the sense, as we said, like the person or a group of people will be associating with different organizations or different nations, and they'll secretly gather information for a long time. What they do, they just gather information and they'll send to their host country, host company, or it could be or host nation, anything it would be there. Okay, defense agency, power grids, and examples would be like research institutes and financial systems. These all are like major major what we call major categories where hacking and where what could motive of hackers and government agencies. And as we discussed, like script kiddie, what a script kid is like, as we said, the person, like if I am a beginner, like I would not have that knowledge on what is done behind the scenes. Like I'll just go to Kali Linux, I'll use those pre-built tools and I'll try to run a scan, but at the end it is everything which has been written by us people so that we can use it in a good way. Okay, so then despite their skills are, as we discussed, like their skills will be limited, they'll just have a playbook, or they'll just go step by step, like I want to hack into this website, what could be the possibilities. Then there will be list of possibilities and scripts which are given, which are there on GitHub or on Google. And AI is also nowadays leveraged by hackers and all to get and inject AI malwares and all in that. So lack of and these as we said, these are very new to hacking. They won't have that understanding, like attack how they often done. So what they'll do, they'll go through online tutorial forms and other video platforms. This is actually, we as security professionals need to be very careful while doing each and everything, because like if we did anything wrong, it could affect our careers. It should be for only education, for educational purpose, and only for to secure ourselves. It is not to disrupt or hack into anyone's account. Okay, tools would and tools are there where pre-made, as we discussed, they are available on GitHub, and hacking firms are there, and also dark web. From where we can learn all these things, like YouTube is there, and online guides, and like published papers are also there. And random targeting, in the sense like attacker opportunistically, what he'll do, he'll automate the scans for vulnerable systems. Like he may run an automate system for group of IP ranges, like for this IP range 152 dot so and so dot so to 1 190 dot 1 dot something. He'll run a scan which is automated, so that he may get some findings, so that he can get access to those things. Low orbit icon cannon for DDoS attack. Okay, phishing, as we discussed, Kali Linux scripts are there, Metasploit, which is vulnerable machine, so we can practice on that. And primary, what primarily motivates a person or anyone. It could be fun, or it could be personal challenge, because first of all, as a cybersecurity professional, we should have an what we call awareness, like why people are doing this, like what is the motivation of people or group of hackers or someone who wants to do this, like what could be his curiosity. Okay, It could be anything, or many like as hobbies testing boundaries without fulfilling understanding and legal consequences. As I said, like the training, each and everything what we are teaching here and you are learning and around the world for everyone, it is like they don't even know like what could be the legal concerns. Like if we hack into that website, like what would be the law behind that, like what could that organization may charge on us. Activist, DDoS attack, data leaks, account takeover. We have already discussed all these things, but like every scenario, it would be new for us, where how they'll do, like on what they can do. Like it could be website where replacing official web pages, like how they could do with political message symbols and manifestations to maximize public visibility. Like we can take an example, like if there is an Instagram page where it had 10 million or 9 million followers, there is website, okay, there could be a social media handle, okay, or there could be a server, web server it could be. So what happened, a website, or basically all these contain information. On website there could be a huge traffic or visibility where everyone go and get some information. And in social media there is a huge content like which influence people, okay. And in web server would be hosting multiple websites, okay. Then what motivates an hacker to hack all these things? It could be an application. Here what he'll get, he'll he can post or edit false information or political agenda or credential access, okay. And in social media he may hack into that account via credential abuse or weak password, he may hack. So then what would be at last motivation to do this? He'll use that account as it has 9 million or 10 million of followers. It will have huge reach to people. Amount of people will be high. So then he'll propose something which is in favor of him, or he may want to make his reputation down, okay, or he may bribe some amount from him. And as our website also, server would be also having huge traffic where he'll encrypt data. So for that he may bribe as ransomware, or he may want money, okay. This would be the main things. And account takeover also, he may post something which is unnecessary, or it may post which are like effective to people, and which could be very sensitive for everyone. And he could leak the data, as we discussed. There are many possibilities by hacker do all these things. Next, organized crime or business model attack. Like how do they do, like with the like very organized way, how do they recruitment, in the sense like hire skilled developers, social engineers, and insiders. As we discussed, this is a process where it is done in a manner, in with very organized manner, but they are doing all the bad things here. Okay, they'll hire skilled developers to get into applications where they have huge knowledge of coding and development. Social engineer will gather info. Okay, and insider threat will also gather information from different orgs, organizations. And next would be like developing, create a sophisticated malware and attack infrastructure. Sophisticated malware in the sense of malware which is very well designed by these higher developers, and they'll inject or they'll send them via phishing email or something. Okay, or they'll use this insider thread to, so that he can plug that in their organization server, so it will hack everything. Okay, attack infrastructure in the sense infrastructure where it comes to us, which is like firewall, router, each and every network devices. like he'll they'll also have the model to that they'll develop key. Like if we won't get into this, like how we can get into this, like if we get into this, how we can get into this, like how we can do each and everything very organized way. And campaign launch, execute coordinate attack against selected targets. They'll decide some, what we call, they'll select a group of organizations where which are well settled or well occupied with huge data. So they'll target all those things. They won't target each and every individual. Okay, and they'll also, like recent days we had observed, there are some people who are saying that I am Microsoft representative, where you have an update, we'll push that update so that we'll charge this much amount, you need to add your credit card. So basically they are doing very thing which who are fake but in a very organized manner. Okay, laundering, like cleaning procedure through cryptocurrencies, like where here laundering, where they are bribing, they are taking money, but they are not leaving traces, so that an attacker or a public security will find them. Like they are very masked so that anyone, no one can find them. But okay, monetization, extract ransomware, sell stolen data, commit fraud, as we discussed all these things. Okay, these are the steps where 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this cycle will happen, so that they'll follow these things in order to bribe someone or hack. And they are very, nowadays there are many organizations which are running illegally. We can't even identify like which is legal and illegal, where if we won't get into it. Okay, criminal operations, which is phishing campaign, ransomware, credit card theft, banking trojans, money laundering. As we discussed, what could be phishing? It will harvest credentials and it will target many big people. Spear attack they'll be doing. Ransomware as service, in the sense they'll inject malicious malware which will encrypt all your data. Okay, credit card thefts, where they are cloning credit cards, and they are skimming cards, in the sense cloning only, where they are leaking the credit card information on dark web. Okay, trojan in the sense where a file which seems to be like it is not harmful, but it stays within your laptop for a long time. But suddenly what it happens, it multiplied itself, like it generate many codes which will hang, what we call, which will lag our which will consume our ram and all, which will run some other processes, which will run bitcoin scripts or bitcoin engines, which will run on our laptop, which will get access to all these things. Like what it will do, it will take our power and our consumption, so that it can mine bitcoin, where hacker will be getting all those things. And there would be a other possibility where he will monitor, and their lateral movement will happen from one laptop to other laptop, and they'll gather whole information and they'll bribe. Okay, money laundering as cryptocurrency schemes. Like nowadays there are many schemes where everyone is attracted that if you use this coupon, you will be, one second, okay, money cryptocurrency, where everyone is very scammed nowadays, where there are certain applications, like if you install this, you will be generating some bitcoins or some dogecoins or anything. They are scamming people on these schemes. Like if you invest some 10 to $15, it will give you return at the end, like it will be $15 per day. Like some these kind of schemes are going, where people are getting, youth is attracting, teenagers are attracting to all those things. Okay, shadow IT, hidden security risk, where we discussed it is related to software as services, where in which shadow IT adoption as employees seeking faster, like more convenient solutions, where IT channels are there. In the sense, we are not like organization is having rule that you can only use Google or your Gmail or your mail, or these drives only you can access, or these certain websites only you can access to do your work. But an employee, what employee is doing, is accessing through his WhatsApp, Telegram, like many things he's using it for personal, where while using these personal things, what happens, he may download some malicious file, which will get into organization by organization, like insider people. Okay, like common shadow IT examples would be like messaging apps, like where we are bypassing official platforms, in the sense where we are not using Teams or Slack in the sense. So without knowing organizations, we are doing all these things. Cloud storage, like personal, as we discussed, personal Google Drive, Dropbox, where these will lead to leak of data generally. Personal devices, like we are carrying our personal laptops to organization tablets, or connecting our smartphones to the company resources, in the sense Wi-Fi, as or company's laptop. Unapproved SaaS, like project management or collaborate productive tools, in the sense nowadays chat GPT is there, AI tools are there, where we are using this for productive. But what would happen, in order to get, like, why we use to analyze or to get some drafted emails. But during this, what happened, we may send some sensitive data, where these AI models will train on that, and those companies will get to know, oh, so these are their customers and these are their IDs. Okay, and what could be the risk? Data leak risk will increase, and no monitoring is there, as IT security terms cannot detect all these things and suspicious activities, and compliance will violate. Okay, So data leak in the sense we are pasting some information, it is getting leaked, or some application has been downloaded, data getting out. Okay. Monitoring in the sense there are SIM tools, EDR tools, which won't identify, which won't detect these as malicious things, because these are genuine only. Like if you use WhatsApp, it is genuine. So that security should also increase as per like whether these people can access to WhatsApp or not. Those are coming, but they'll take time. Okay. And compliance in the sense like regulations will be there for an organization, what we can use, what we can't use, what how to use. Like whenever you join an organization, there will be an IT awareness training for each and every employee who joins the organization, or it could be cyber security awareness or data security awareness training will be given to each and every employee. So threat actors would be like threat vectors, like how an attack could have been happened. We have discussed already email, it could be a removable media, or it could be network attack on our network devices, or it could be a website, or it could be social engineering, or it could be at last a software vulnerability, which is nothing but a outdated versions of mm, well outdated versions of applications. Okay, this will be our last slide. After this we can have a doubt session, as well as we'll also try to set up our security lab in your system. Okay. So understanding attack surface: digital surface, human surface, and physical surface. Digital surface in the sense like which which is related to our digital platforms, which could be a website or server or application or any cloud infrastructure, where attacker can attack on digital surfaces. Like it could be your social media handle, or it could be your personal Spotify account, or it could be a Shopify website where you are selling some goods or some anything. Okay. Human surface, which where human element within organization include employee, contractor, and third party vendors. Vulnerability arise from human errors, where human error in a sense uh, I, I want to write an email to a CEO. Okay. What I do, like I'm not very good with English, or I'm not very good with framing all the sentence. I'll directly give an AI. One second. No, I'll give a scenario to AI and I'll prompt it. Can you please give me an email? I want to send this ex CEO. It will be his email ID. This is where information is leaking. Okay. We should not write any personal or any sensitive data in AI, so that it will learn from us. And if there is any vulnerability in that AI, attacker will get access to all this information. That is the reason where human are making errors. Okay. And social engineering, as we discussed, like the person or attacker will be gathering information, and he'll be slowly reading you, whether what you are doing. He'll be monitoring you, what is your step, when you wake up, when you do, when you eat, when you go out, with whom you travel. Each and everything will be monitored by a in human surface. And in physical surface, where organization premises such as office, data center devices, and attacker may find, or a person may go physically to that data centers, and will try to with everything. Okay, how we can at last how we can get or how we can remediate all these things. We need to, for vulnerability things, we need to patch our systems, means regular update. These all things you will be getting an interview, like interviewer will be asking you how you will get secured by these attacks, like they'll ask these kind of questions only to you. So we need to have knowledge ki how we'll be doing all these things. Regular updates, okay, where patch will be a, where software will be patched, means and there, for every organization there will be a period of time. For certain period they need to check and they need to back up. Next, remove unnecessary service, means if there are some open ports, you need to close them. If there are some open, like there are some incoming traffic from any other source, we need to block those IPs. And we need to keep some protocols, like organization people or organization folks should not access these websites. There should block at proxy level or at firewall level. Okay, these websites, accessing WhatsApp, accessing Facebook, accessing Instagram is not permittable. Okay, enforcing MFA. What is MFA? Multi-factor authentication. For for our Gmails also we need to we need to activate this. What happens, in multi-factor authentication? Your email will be there. Here comes email. Then you'll enter your password. Generally, what should happen when you enter your email, when you enter your password, it should log in into, right? But when 2MFA came into picture, it will redirect to that security application authenticator or your Gmail, where you will be getting a second it could be a number pop-up, or it could be an OTP, or it could be an pop-up where whether you are accessing or not. These things need to implemented within our organizations as well as for ourselves also. And as we said, there will be security awareness training for each and every employee, where they'll be teaching whether you need to access or how you need to be aware of security threats. Network segmentations. What is network segmentation? We need to isolate, means there should be separate boundaries for separate level of teams. Ki managerial team will should have separate permissions, junior should have separate access and privileges, what we call, and level 1 lead should have different privileges. Each and everything should be segmented. Okay, like PPT is done for the day.